guys, and welcome to Bug Lover 27. With this whole thing going on, I'm sure some of you are like, what am I going to do with my mom telling me I need to do educational stuff all day? Well, Dilly darn, bro, you can be right here. Or be over on quota reading some of my books. English, yo. Anyway, I'm going to be trying to help you make sense of operations of polynomials. So in the wise words of one of my teachers, let's go forth and do math. Personally, this was one of my favorite units in math. I guess maybe because it was kind of self-explanatory. Let me start off with the basics. First, when it comes to exponents, you need to remember that you cannot mix and match them. What do I mean? Well, for me, I like to picture it as each exponent is a rabbit. If you have a 3 exponent, we'll call that one a purple rabbit, you can't put it with the orange rabbit, which we'll call the exponent 5. See what I mean? If we use that scenario, let's look at this equation here. First, we need to separate the rabbits. We'll call to the second power magenta rabbits, the lone x will be blue rabbits, and lastly, the lone number will be orange rabbits. Now, after we put all of that together, we have our new equation. As for the signs, the number will always be matched with the sign to its immediate left. Now, just solve it like a normal equation. Remember, keep the rabbits in the respective groups. I'll give you a moment to solve it. Pause the video if you need more time. Okay, so here's our answer. See, so when you add or subtract the numbers, all of it's pretty much normal and easy. Oh boy, but like anything in math, nothing stays easy for long. Next, we're going to talk about subtracting those polynomials. So it's essentially the same thing. You can use the rabbit method if it helps. The only difference is that now you're going to be flipping the sign for everything that's to the right set of parentheses. Here's what's happening. You're placing a -1 in front, meaning that you'll be adding a negative sign in front of anything that's positive. Conversely, you will be changing the sign to a positive if there is a negative. Like here, with this minus sign, you'll be making that a positive or a plus. I'll give you another few moments to try and solve it. Okay, here's the answer. The process is pretty easy after the confusing changing sign step. Next, let's discuss multiplying those polynomials. What happens when you have one side that's addition and the other side subtraction? Well, that's where it gets interesting and somewhat confusing. So, warning? Okay, you're going to take from this first section the x and put it in front of the second set of parentheses. Then you're going to take the y and do the same thing again. After you do that, you should end up with this. Now, you're going to do that bomb method and then solve. I'll give you another moment to try and work this guy out. Then we'll walk through it. Now that we've done our bomb method, let's solve. X times x is going to give us x to the second power. And then x times y is going to give us xy. And then you do the same thing on the y section. Then you solve. You may have noticed that we have our rabbits again. We do, so remember to keep them separated. The xy is going to cancel with the xy, and then that'll leave us with x to the second power and negative y to the second power, making the final answer x to the second power minus y to the second power. Why is it minus, you may ask? Be sure to pay attention to your signs. So if you have a normal looking problem like this, then it's going to be almost the exact same as what we just did. The only difference is that now you have the same sign on both sides. Here's a quick little showing of how you're going to go about this. For all you math nerds, you probably noticed that I missed an entire section of this lesson, inverse trig functions. Well, I didn't forget. This video is getting a little long, so let me know down in the comments below if you want there to be a part 2 for this lesson. And, as always, like the video to get more content like it, and be sure to subscribe to be notified of my next video. Until next time, I'm Bug Lover 27. Have a nice day, and please, stay safe.